Now, from a personal standpoint, can you tell us a little bit about what you're personally passionate about?
Um, well, I have to say I'm personally passionate of our industry and Group RCI, and I know may sound that's not that too personal, but that's something that really makes me thrive and makes me excited, makes me passionate about. I guess on the more personal side, I have a great family with three great sons and a wife, and I try to enjoy as much as I can because, as you can imagine, I travel a lot. I love good food and wine. I love to cook. That's usually at night my therapy. When I get home, I'll cook my own dinner because that kind of relaxes me. I think travel is truly the ambassador of good relationships and peace and learning, because ultimately I think we're all pretty much similar than others, and until we get to know each other better, then we understand that there's a lot in common and of good relationships. Yeah, I mean, when you go to food and wines and that kind of stuff, you probably say, well, Europe has so much diversity in such a short area that it's just great to go to Europe. Paris is a favorite city of mine. But then, I go around the world and I tell you, Buenos Aires in Argentina is great. I love going down there. I love going down and visiting the different cities and countries that I experienced very much for 7-8 years. I loved living in Brazil. It was great. I'm not that kind of guy that says I travel a lot and I hate it. I don't. I really like it. Probably the only down part of it now is, going through airports, which just makes it very, very difficult and just irritating. But you get accustomed to it. And there's various people that I truly like in my life that I think that have made a change. But one of those persons is Crystal DeHaan. She's the past owner of RCI. She sold that to then Sendent. She's still a good and dear friend of mine, and she's a great person, a great human being, a great leader. And I really admire her. I admire her, and I follow her model. I think it's really nice to know that once we merge the Americas and put it together with such a large market like it is in North America, and me being originally from Mexico, that I was named president of the company for the Americas, which is quite a large piece of a chunk of all our global business. So I think that's, I feel very proud about that. And
I think that's a great achievement.
I feel proud about that, and not only for me, but my team that I developed in Latin America, because it says a lot about themselves, because obviously I didn't do it by myself. I remember probably one of the most difficult times was when I moved to California to do the resort management, property management as vice president of operations. And I really struggled there because I probably am a little bit of a control freak. And quite frankly, when I was invited to do that position, in my mind I said, well, I have no idea of what property management is. I did not know anything about it. So I took it anyway, and I took the challenge and kind of took the swing at it and learned about it quickly. But those times without really knowing what I needed to know was a bit stressful. I think it's all about attitude at the end of the day. One of the things that I've always said is that you have to love what you do, because you're going to do it passionately. And if you do it that way, you're going to be successful. And by the way, if you're not successful, at least you're going to have fun. So yes, it's all about attitude, and you have to be passionate about what you do.